Okay, let's do this quick before Viacom catches me making a video under criticism and fair use, which allows me to use their copywritten footage legally without permission. The top 10 worst Nickelodeon moments. There's still shows that I love on the channel, but I gotta point out some awful things Nick has done. It's Juice and Jam time.
Do the Patrick dance, do the Patrick dance,
Mamma
do the
mia!
Harvey freak.
Okay, this is a clip from the Angry Beavers of Norbert telling his brother Daggett to stay quiet.
You stink.
Shush up!
The line was originally "shut up" until some parents thought this sounded like "shit up," and that was enough to have the phrase bleeped and then eventually dubbed over. So says the rumor among Angry Beaver fans. That was not the case exactly. The crew behind Angry Beavers were always being held back by the network's weird standards. The Nick president at the time, Herb Chanel, didn't want real-life kids to be disrespectful by saying shut up. Ergo, if the Beavers don't say shut up, kids in real life won't. Yeah, that's gonna work. I bet Herb Chanel was just mad a kid told him to shut up when he was blabbering in a movie theater, and this was his revenge.
I will quote a great beaver who once said, "Don't pick it, you'll only make it worse!"
Nickelodeon battered on those Beavers to submission, as they weren't even allowed to air the final episode, Bye Bye Beavers, which I covered in my top 10 unreleased cartoons video. Bye Bye Beavers was an audio-only episode as it was unfinished. It had the Beavers realize they're being cancelled as the voice actors just banter with one another, making fun of Nickelodeon, even referencing the shut up incident.
Now that it's over, Norbnick, I've got one thing I've always wanted to say. Shut up!
If television sets could talk, then they would tell us the shows they like to play. They all agree for viewing alike. They'd rather be tuned to Nick at Night.
Now, me personally, I didn't care. I watched Nick at Night's programming block as a kid. Reruns of Brady Bunch and Gilligan's Island, it didn't matter if it was black and white or live action. But given the option to watch that or cartoons, yeah, I want cartoons. It's kinda stupid, like Nickelodeon is supposed to be the first kids network and one of the only kid networks, but it has to share it with Nick at Night for adults. What the fuck? That's like having White History Week during Black History Month. At least Adult Swim plays cartoons. Oh wait, I meant to say good cartoons.
Better living through television.
But there's something to be thankful for about Nick at Night. This video I'm about to show you is from 1991 and shown to investors in hopes of having them fund the creation of a new TV channel, Cartoon Network.
But guess what? No cartoons. Nobody has programming for kids in the very period when most kids are watching, except the Cartoon Network.
Nick at Night. It's kind of a love-hate sort of thing.
Thank goodness for Nick at Night.
And like the cycle of the seasons, the cycle of the Avatar began anew.
The sequel successor to Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Legend of Korra, a great but flawed show that was totally mistreated by the network. It broadcasted consistently on Saturday mornings, you know, when people are asleep, but soon Nick decided to move it around the schedule, spread the episodes 2 weeks apart. Oh, and also Korra was underfunded, so they had to use a cheaper animation studio to save money and also make a clip show episode. Next, let's not even air the final few episodes on TV. Dump it online, leak the last few episodes somewhere. Maybe it'll air on TV once and never mentioned again. Nickelodeon made Korra a chore to keep up with.
Yes, I am definitely here to stay, but honestly, I don't exactly have a plan yet.
Why would Nickelodeon want their own show to fail, especially one as expensive to produce as Korra? Well, I'm not 100% sure on this, but ever watch The Producers? Basically, if the show fails financially, low ratings and such, they can get their money back if they write it off through taxes.
I don't have any money.
Then what good are you to me?
It happens a lot with animation. Symbionic Titan, Megas XLR, Beware the Batman are not allowed to be televised again on American channels after they're written off as financial failures in their taxes. It's possible Korra met the same fate. Assholes.
Let's go, Korra.
SpongeBob is the only guy I know that can have fun with a jellyfish.
for 12 hours!
It just never ends. Look at your TV guide on Nick and see how many times SpongeBob airs. I love SpongeBob, but damn, some variety please. There's too much SpongeBob and not enough other shows given their time to shine. It's been running since 1999 as Nickelodeon's #1 show. Not saying it should be canceled, I'm saying it shouldn't be aired so much. There's a lot of shows I used to watch consistently, but eventually I lost interest and moved on to other shows that fit me. When I found out these cartoons were still running, it got me confused and somewhat annoyed as I demanded these shows to just end. Grow up to be the adult that tells kids they can't watch a certain cartoon because I don't like it? To hell with that! SpongeBob can go as long as whatever, just don't clog up the schedule. Same goes for Teen Titans Go on Cartoon Network.
You guys have overstayed your welcome.
Either it cancels and people complain it's gone no matter how long it ran, or it goes on forever while people complain it's not as good as it used to when they could easily not watch. And hey, at least SpongeBob never added more main characters with each new season, like a baby named Toot, Sparky the dog, neighbor girl Chloe, Frankenstein, Sleepy Gary, Photography Raptor, Mr. Beauregard, Summer, and Mr. Poopy Butthole. That guy was the best.
And what makes this fearsome foursome such a hit? Nick News with Linda Ellerby.
Oh god, even 90s kids frickin' hated this. Nick News with Linda Ellerby, a documentary series covering issues such as the environment, diseases, politics.
But exactly what is the Taliban?
Oh, I wanna watch Kablam! Nick News aired here and there randomly on Sundays from 1992 through 2015. 23 years of this! The torture spanned generations. When you're a kid, Sundays is the most depressing day of the week since school's upon you and there's nothing to watch but this.
When is it time for giving? And should Christmas be the only time to think about the homeless? Why is this man so important? Where can you roll on the rocks? And is mountain biking as much fun as it looks?
Are you ready, partner? I'm ready. Let's go.
Even in school, you're not safe. Remember Cable in the classroom? The organization shoving this crap in school? Can we please go back to watching the Magic School Bus?
Cable in the classroom.
But what's this? Linda Ellerby is retiring? Fuck yeah! The future generations are saved.
Messy, disorganized, rowdy freedom. The only antidote to tyranny. This is Nick News. If you want to know, ask.
We'll be right back after these messages.
There's great TV pleasure at your command. Hello out there from TV land. Nick at Night brings it home to you.
You're in your living room, watching reruns of Fairly Odd Parents. Life is pretty mediocre right now, and the transmission cuts to this.
The following is an important announcement. Stretch and reach. Stretch and reach. This concludes your important announcement.
Nick Studio 10 has to be the worst programming block of all time, interrupting their own shows with their epic random things. But fear not, they'll cut back to what you're watching, except for, you know, the portion they played over, so you missed part of the episode. Was this really that important you couldn't wait for commercials? How about cutting to comedic skits, like Fart in a Jar?
It's a fart in a jar. Just a fart in a jar.
Universally, Nick Studio 10 was hated. It lasted about a week, disappeared and was brought back without interruptions, and gone again. The most petty part about this is Nick Studio 10 attempted to stir up a rivalry with Cartoon Network's now cancelled live-action sketch show, The Incredible Crew, by throwing shade on the official Facebook. This would be like if Disney and Walmart argued who was the nicer corporation. Oh wait, that's not a fair comparison, because Disney and Walmart are actually successful. This is more like two hobos fighting over a moldy sandwich. Sorry to repeat my joke, but yeah, that's pretty much it. The only good thing to come from the two was this kid from Incredible Crew, Shameik Moore. He later starred in the movie Dope, that, and Kingsman, my two favorite movies of 2015. Dope is kind of a niche comedy drama. If you like 90s hip-hop and grew up with people telling you you don't act black, or, in my case, you don't sound Hispanic, this movie is for you. I love it. But anyway, Nick Studio 10 was a mistake, and so was Incredible Crew.
It's really nice out, so I think I'm gonna go swimming later. My mom found this really cool pool at the dump.
Yeah, let's give this guy a TV show. Sure, why not? There was a time when this guy, Fred, was the biggest YouTuber and the first to gain 1 million subscribers by doing skits and high-pitched voices. That's it.
Well, whatever. I guess I'm gonna go inside now because everyone's being mean to me. I hate the world, but I don't hate the neighborhood squirrels.
Shut up and enjoy the Nightcore. As with anything popular, corporations gotta capitalize on it, especially when the internet and streaming are overtaking television's popularity. So began the era of popular internet celebrities getting TV shows that didn't last very long.
I'm gonna smell like green apples.
Nick's sitcom Game Shakers even featured cameos by game reviewers such as Pro Jared, very well known for his video, Top 10 Dicks in Video Games Uncensored.
Your own dick, though, it's pretty sweet. Outlast Whistleblower DLC story lets you get to see it. Check it. That's a good dick.
Cartoon Network, please let me cameo in something, come on! Bringing independent web stars into creative-controlled TV shows doesn't work well. You can sense the fakeness, especially when you stretch them out into TV movies. The only thing we gained out of this Fred movie is we learned that Fred's father is actually a famous wrestler, and his name is John Cena.
For the next 3 hours, Nick is going off the air. Yeah, that's right. So you guys can go outside and play.
The Worldwide Day of Play. For 3 hours each year during the fall season, Nickelodeon would cut off their broadcast and encourage their viewers to go outside and play with this constantly looping message.
Today is Nickelodeon's Worldwide Day of Play. Turn off your TV.
No cartoons. Well, gee, I better go outside and play. Nope.
Cartoon Network, the best place for cartoons.
Hi, Aquaman.
Hi, Fred.
Maybe this is considered educational, thus Nick gets a tax break or something. I have no idea what their reasoning is. They would be better off broadcasting episodes of Nick Guts or other physical challenge-based game shows if they want to encourage kids to go outside and play. My main problem about a day of play is assuming your cable doesn't provide other cartoon channels. What if it's raining outside or your parents can't supervise you at the moment? Searching for footage, I came across this occurrence that happened while day of play was happening.
We're outside playing, and you should be too. We'll be back in...
The emergency alert system has been activated.
There is a fire at the Tesoro refinery in Salt Lake City. A shelter-in-place warning is now in effect for all areas within a 2-mile radius of the refinery. Toxic materials may be burning in the fire, and anyone exposed to these chemicals may be injured.
So, unless you were inside watching TV, you would not have been alerted to the factory fires spreading chemicals throughout the air, radiating the children frolicking as Judgment Day occurs. Anybody not wearing 2 million sunblock is gonna have a real bad day. This goes back to my first top 10 failed animated pilots video. Constant Pain was about a father-daughter team of steampunk crime fighters, heavily inspired by the anime boom of the 2000s. It could have predated Avatar as Nickelodeon's first action cartoon, but only one pilot episode was made.
I am perfectly capable of driving. I watch you drive every day, and there's absolutely nothing about driving that I can't handle.
Nick had it out for the series creator. Micah Wright attempted to unionize cartoonists working for the company. What would unionizing entail? Besides deadlines being less constraining, royalties. For live-action movies and TV shows, the actors and writers are paid up front for their work, and each time their work is aired on TV or sold on DVD. But for cartoonists that created the character or wrote the episode to a cartoon, they're paid up front, and that's it. All the money from those toy sales, DVDs, reruns on TV belongs to the studio. They'll reboot Powerpuff Girls without the original creator's involvement and continue to sell all this merchandise, and the creator of those characters get none of that.
Alex, you know better than that. I'm a thinker, not a fighter.
Nickelodeon canceled production on Constant Pain and fired Michael Wright. So yeah, welcome to the animation industry. Before we get to number 1, here are some honorable mentions that did not make the list because there's only 10. Feel free to name the ones I missed.
YouTube poop. Where there's smoke, they pinch back.
Back in my day, the YouTube video time limit was 10 minutes, and we watched our pirated anime in 3 parts cut up in 360p resolution.
I'm making an anime music video.
Sweet!
Sweet. Sweet!
It truly was a horrible time to be alive. YouTube was growing popularity well until Nickelodeon and its parent company Viacom threatened legal action in 2007, the $1 billion lawsuit. Full episodes of Nickelodeon and other Viacom affiliates were taken down, which is fair, but those 90s cartoons we streamed weren't available on DVD or airing on TV at the time, so what did they expect from us, really? This lawsuit snowballed YouTube's paranoia. Using footage to criticize or parody a piece of media, it's legal, but YouTube didn't care. Channels all the time were banned for stupid reasons. Sometimes these positive reviews stayed safe, unless your video was negative. Suddenly, copyright is enforced. Other times, they'll just take down everything, fuck it.
Your Honor, these motherfuckers stole my clips. Stay with my clips, motherfuckers.
Nowadays, YouTube is getting more lenient, but the problem is still rampant. It's incredibly difficult to get a hold of, an actual human to fix the problem. Maybe somebody at YouTube is trying and still cares, but there are no other user video upload sites to compete with. No real competition means no urgency to better oneself. Whether you agree with it or not, this is a job to a lot of people. I think YouTube user I hate everything sums it all up.
I'm not saying it's comparable to being a builder or a doctor or something. At least when you're a doctor, you don't turn up to work one day and the hospital you work at is missing, and all that's left for you is a note pretty much saying, fuck you.
All this trouble because of Viacom and Nickelodeon. So the number 1 worst thing Nick has done is... Last Airbender fucking sucked, holy shit! Shut up and enjoy the Nite Core!
You are the only one of your kind. The last hope for peace. In a world consumed by darkness.